Hello and welcome to Heads Up. Today on the show, we're looking at fashion and what you need to keep in mind if you want to be a fashion designer. We met Rina Dhaka at her workshop in Delhi to give us the lowdown on what it means to be a fashion designer in India.
I think when there was no such thing as a time when I grew up or when I came in the scene of a profession called a fashion designer, which is why we get called or nicknamed as pioneers, because India then had a garment industry, of course, very, very rich, textile industry, which is still magnificently unexplored. And we had, of course, an export. Parallelly, in the world, the designer concept was still to take off. There was high street fashion, and there was a few fashion houses like Chanel and YSL which existed. So at the same time, when I came around, there was no such thing as young designers, designer industry, designer wear. All I knew was there was a polytechnic, there was an export out of India, and we went in to learn the craft of clothing. My favorite part of the job is to construct, to create, to be with the workers without any fear of complete deliveries and deadlines. And that day I enjoy. See, it's a very growing trade. There's a lot of confusion. There's people who assume that we should be at par with an Armani or with a designer in the West. Now, on one hand, but because we are entrepreneurs and designers, as well as manufacturers of our own brand, it takes quite a toll on you. And in a lot of cases, some of us are very good in the marketing aspect of our trade, as well as the delivery and the production, but may not be the most skilled designers. Well, some of us could be otherwise. So it depends on which takes. You need a balance of all to swing this though. So in fashion, I think the skills you essentially need is to be technically sound, to be able to lead workmen, or as you have it in the West now, a lot of successful designers are the ones who can cut, sew, stitch themselves, and they present beautiful collections. They don't realize that this is a job with long hours. It's boring, it's got monotony, a lot of sourcing work, a lot of patience required to get your work, the surface ornamentation, techniques, you know, the requirements to your wish of your new story, and then to be able to juggle manpower and costs. Fashion's a real dirty your hands kind of a feel, frankly. It's like a job of a cook, a chef. It's not just about you. It's about all your ingredients. It's about just getting that right dish, which you can call your own, even though hundreds and hundreds have made it before you. How do you call it your own? So you don't get your hands messy. Your work is not yours, I think. It's somebody else's.